What's poppin', everybody? Several4 got a TCG match for you guys with Blaziken GX. Managed to get me a Heat Factory Prism, the Prism Fire Stadium there. I didn't have that before in this deck, so that's why I wanted to test the deck out again with Heat Factory. And it's only one card, but it can make a difference. It's a Prism Stadium. It's strong. The ability to be able to stay there, make it more difficult for your opponent to get rid of it unless they have a stadium. And letting you draw cards, 3 cards, while you discard a fire energy, it just goes perfect in a deck like this. Better than Scorch Earth in this regard. So let's see. We open up with Vulpix. That's not bad. It's one of our starting Pokemon here. Gonna search me Pokemon, and I've got the Shuckle. I'm gonna play that down immediately. Put the fire energies in the discard pile. And as you guys can see, my opponent, he opened up with Routes. There's a Mudkip there. So this is the Gardevoir GX Swampert Alolan Ninetales deck. It's still kind of too clunky if you ask me. These decks that run 2 Stage 2 Pokemon in a Stage 1. At least Zoroark GX with Decide is a Stage 1 with a Stage 2 line and a little Ninetales. But anyway, we have a pretty solid hand here. We did get the Heat Factory, speaking of which, so I managed to use that, draw 3 cards, and used Lily too, drew a bunch of cards turn 1, so I have a very big hand. I've already have a Blaziken GX there, rare candy, so we can get that guy out already. And then next turn, maybe it would have been more convenient to have something like Turtonador in the active position now. It happens, but I only have 2 of those, and sometimes Alolan Vulpix can be handy. You want to search Pokemon as opposed to get energies in play. So my opponent plays down a bunch of his own Pokemon, another Alolan Vulpix, another Routes, and the Ditto there. I guess you have Ditto to help you with the evolutions too. And he promotes his Alolan Vulpix to start doing the searching, getting Swampert and Gardevoir GX. Now, this deck is kind of slow, of course, even with the inclusion of Alolan Ninetales. So if I can take advantage of his, the time he's going to need to set up, then it should be pretty good. My deck is more simplistic, just Blaziken GX and Blaziken with Firestarter. So let's see here. I was going to use Lily, but I decided, hey, you know what, let's just use Cynthia. I don't need a lot of the stuff in hand. Well, I needed the candy. We got that back. So another Torchic, and let's see, Nest Ball. Maybe I should get the last Torchic. Yeah, why not? And Blaziken GX is ready to attack. With 60, we're going to use Slash. It's going to work out in this situation. I get rid of my opponent's Vulpix, and I get a prize, get the lead. This is pretty good. It's good because I know that this deck, of course, runs Alolan Ninetales GX, and they want to evolve into it, of course. Get the rare candies, get the tools like that. You search the Pokemon with Vulpix, then you search the candies with Ninetales, and then you get your big guys out. Once you get out, Swampert, the deck isn't so bad. You're able to draw cards, so Gardevoir GX can do its stuff easier. Unfortunately, he did have the candies in hand. It evolves into Gardevoir GX and Swampert. That kind of sucks, but at least we did get rid of the Vulpix there. And it's game on now. It's going to get rid of my Heat Factory there with Brooklyn Heal. That's going to be useless for me. He can use it to get another Vulpix himself, though. We already got our Vulpix. It's the only thing I could have searched turn 1, I guess. And does 90 damage with Gardevoir GX. Now, the good news is that Blaziken GX is one of those Pokemon that's pretty resistant to Gardevoir GX. It's a Stage 2 GX, so it's big. It discards energies when it attacks. In this situation, it did have 2 energies because of Slash. But we're going to start using Explosive Kick. Should have been Blaze Kick, but yeah, Explosive Kick pretty soon. So use Ultra Ball there to grab the Combusken. Thank God it was in here because I thought that it was prize or something, but it's in there. We discarded a Skateboard. Now I'm not gonna lie, that is going to be pretty handy later on perhaps. But I gotta keep going fast to keep the pressure, get my Pokemon out quickly, not rely on rare candy. And let's see, fire energy. Let's attach it to, let's see, either Blaziken or the Combusken. That's going to become Blaziken GX. But I think I am going to use the firestarter Blaziken. It works out nicely in this case because it does 20 to everybody. So then Explosive Kick can finish off Gardevoir GX if it doesn't heal. So it's very good. This deck definitely uses max potions and stuff. So I wish I saw like a choice ban or something to finish this Gardevoir GX off quickly. But I guess it wasn't meant to happen. We only run one of that card in this deck. It's just so difficult with space. Since this isn't your typical stage 1 energy acceleration deck like a Malamar, Bronzong, and Electric, you know, the cards you gotta run like the rare candies and stuff, they eat a lot of space, of course. It's really sad. Okay, so let's see my opponent. Um, he could use max potion. It's only like one. There's only one fairy energy on there. He probably wants to do it, but he has to see it. Or he could go for the knockout, I guess. If he gets like a few energies on, he attaches the DC. One more fairy energy with Secret Spring. And I think it should be doing enough now since I'm softened up. It's going to be able to finish Blaziken off. Too bad. I wish I could have tanked one more head. Would have made a big difference. Alright, and gonna use Ultra Ball too. Get more of his dudes out. Discarding fairy energies, okay. And we don't, I mean, we're gonna have a little bit of difficulty with switching. That's one of the problems with this deck. It's just, there's so many issues in a deck like this compared to just your typical, once again, like the Malamar deck, Stage 1 Malamar. Because we can't have the board control with Necrozma GX, and there's no way in hell I can run a Pokemon like that in this deck. There's no Floatstone, we can't run Ultra of the Moon, and worst of all is the space. Since I gotta run Shuckles and stuff to take advantage of Tornador GX, gives us a little bit of speed, then you can't really run. I mean, I've already have, as you guys can see, like 2 stuck Pokemon on the bench that can't do much. Shuckle and Vulpix. We didn't even use like Vulpix to attack once. We didn't use any of that. So Infinite Force, Blaziken GX is gonna get knocked out, but I mean it did some stuff, got me a prize, and did major damage to Gardevoir GX. I wish there was a way to put the Gardevoir GX there in the bench and hit something else with Blaziken's Flamethrower. I think it's called Flamethrower, the attack. So let's see, we do top deck the Fire Energy, which is amazing. It's exactly what I want now, because without it, I wasn't going to be able to move Vulpix out of the way. We would have to see a switch. And I'm going to use Ultra Ball there. I discard Elm and the Netball. I don't need those cards anymore. And unfortunately, we don't, I mean, I guess I could have grabbed Blaziken GX, but you know what, we're going to get to Tornador GX. That guy might be handy to keep him on the bench. I do have a spot for Blaziken, and this way I can draw 6 cards with Lily. You gotta dig even more. So I see the choice band, but we kind of don't need it right now. When I get another Blaziken GX out, then that guy can use it. So the only thing I can do now is use Firestarter, and you know what, we could even use Tornador GX there, and maybe that would have been the better play, but I'm gonna go ahead and use my Blaziken GX, my Firestarter Blaziken, what I meant to say, because it's just that sort of extra spread damage is really alluring. Okay, so Fire Stream is the attack, not a Flamethrower, but that was probably a misplay because with 3 energies, with 2 energies on, discard 1. With 150 HP is still not that difficult for Gardevoir GX to finish off. And you don't really, I don't want that right now because I need the energy acceleration from those Pokemon. So maybe it would have been better to have used definitely Tornador, do Shell Trap, finish Gardevoir GX off, and then give the shitty decision to my opponent to, hurt himself if he attacks me. So yeah, that was probably not a very good move. I mean, it definitely softens up his Gardevoir GXs. I won't need the choice band to finish any of them off. But thinking back, I should have. It probably was a better move to use a Tornador GX. I mean, Tornador Blaziken only gives one prize, but it's a Pokemon that I'm gonna need. I'm gonna be able to have to use Tornador to grab energies now with his GX attack, because I won't be able to get 3 on Blaziken GX. We can attach one, we get one with firestarter, but we're one energy short. So yeah, that wasn't a very good move on my part. It's something that very well could cost you the game, definitely. Because if I had both of the firestarter Blazikens, as long as I get a Blaziken GX out like this turn, I was going to be able to perform a big explosive kick. Got the choice band in hand too. So, kind of too bad. Let's see what my opponent does. Blaziken is probably going to get knocked out for sure. So he gets the max potion and timer ball with Alolan Ninetales GX there. And he's got 2 of those down actually. I probably won't use them. And Infinite Force is exactly 150 damage. Too bad. So now we have to make the difficult decision of who do we promote to. I mean, I'm probably going to have to use the switch because there's no way we can attach an energy and switch that way now. So, Tornador GX, I'm probably going to have to use his GX attack. And it really sucks. This late in the game now, you want to be keeping the pressure up, attacking. You don't want to spend a turn searching, grabbing energies. It's kind of sad. So I'm going to get rid of his choice bands and checking my deck using his stadium there to see what I have. But I know that the Blaziken GX is in there, and I know that there's no real easy way for me to get like a Ultra Ball or something. I would have to use Tapu Lele and get Volkner if he's even in there. I don't think I saw him. No choice, however. Tapu Lele GX. Let's see what I get, and we can get Guzma too, but I mean, I guess my only choice is to utilize the copycat since there's no Volkner, and I'm not sure if there's any Ultra Balls left in the deck. With a copycat, at least I can respectably grab 6 cards. So that's all we can do right now. So copycat, gonna manually attach the fire energy, and should I attach the choice band? I mean, it's if I didn't attach it there, but because I don't want to attach it and then my opponent gets rid of it, I want to use that for sure when I make a big attack with Blaziken GX. Just in case he does use max potions. You want to have that. So let's see, Acrobatic, and exactly Blaziken GX, we finally see it. There goes the switch though. So Blaziken GX is out, so I don't have to worry about the Torchic getting knocked out, and that was another worry. If he picked on that, then that would have been an auto loss for sure. Now checking my discard pile, I do have enough fire energies to use Firestarter and grab the maximum value with Tornador. But we are going to have to spend our attack, and we're both at 3 prizes. My opponent has a big opportunity now. If I got knockout this turn, it would have been big. Okay, so Nitro Tank GX, we're going to do this instead. We don't have much of a choice. But at the very least, I am going to attach energies to all of my dudes. So, attach them to Blaziken, Firestarter 1. Really only because I don't actually want to put too many on my GXs so that he just can finish him off with Gardevoir. Gardevoir is pretty dangerous with a DC and a Fairy Energy on already. So, gotta do some maths here and make sure that we don't put any extra ones on Blaziken. So I'm going to put one on Lele because I do have one in hand, so I can just use firestarter next turn. But just in case shit happens, we're gonna have to put the last one on Blaziken GX, I think. So Blaziken GX, get the energy, and that's how I spread them around there. I got the Guzma in hand too, otherwise Tornado was gonna be stuck there. And I hope to God, you know, with that 190 HP and only 1 energy, Gardevoir doesn't manage to knock me out, but there's a good chance he'll be able to do that. So power draw, his deck is pretty thinned out, using that all the time. It's pretty dangerous here, because at this point, if he gets back-to-back knockouts, he's going to pace me. All he would need to knock out is one GX and one of my small guys there. Alolan Vulpix and Shuckle are basically free prizes, sitting ducks. As long as he puts like 2 energies on Gardevoir GX, he can easily take care of those. So it's his move. We'll see what he does. He's going to use Timer Ball. I don't know what he would be looking for. Perhaps thin his deck more. But it seems there isn't anything in the deck, so you can search. Okay. So he did that. And still hasn't used Power Draw, I think. Let's see what he does. It's going to be the moment of truth. Can't you knock out Tornador? If you don't, then that puts me in a great position. But here comes Secret Spring, so one more Fairy Energy, so that's basically... And a DC. Fuck, he runs so many of those. So yeah, it's safe to say, well, Tornador is going to bite the dust. I will be able to retaliate here. I'm hoping to God, once I knock out this Gardevoir that has so many energies on, he can't recover easily. We'll find out, I guess. So promoting my Blaziken GX there. I'm not going to use Guzma because there really is no need right now. That Gardevoir is the threat. I gotta kill it for sure. Let me get rid of your stadium too, just in case. And we're going to play the second Tornador, start powering you up. That's probably going to be handy. If everything goes according to plan, I use Guzma to finish off Swampert or something with this guy and I win. Let's see. So that's all I can do. An explosive kick. Gonna get the knockout on this Gardevoir GX there, so I'm at 1 prize too. So the question is, can I survive? If my opponent uses Guzma, if he has any energies in hand, then it's basically game. He needs to have Guzma, he needs to have, well, at least 1 more energy. So the DC comes out. So that's bad already. Damn it. And since he's promoting Lele, then I know that, you know, the Guzma is coming. So power draw. Maybe he's digging for it. But it is coming, unfortunately. Guzma. But it was a really close game. I was really satisfied with this deck's performance. Perhaps it still needs a few tweaks, like we would need some more stuff. Like I wish I had letter. If I had letter, I wouldn't be doing a lot of the stuff with a Shuckle there. Just using Ultra Ball, getting them there the traditional way. But still GG with Blaziken. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys subscribe. Leave a like. Share this with your friends. Cyber4 was say.